Today we have a full crew, so they're kind of knocking some stuff out, some preliminary things to get us kind of dialed for the week. And then Steve and Brad are going to end up going back home. Steve's in Montana, Brad's in Oregon. We're going to enjoy the mayhem right now for a little bit and get some stuff prepped so that we can do the rest of the week and get everything set up. So right now the goal is to get as many pieces mounted to the chassis as we can, because Chad is going to wire everything. And in order to wire everything, you have to have everything mounted so you know where the wiring loom is going to go to, all the pigtails that are going to go to the different parts. So right now that's what we're doing. We're trying to get everything kind of in place and set up. That way this rest of this week we can get all the wiring in and get all that stuff done. So today's going to be pretty hectic. As you can see, it's going to look like a bunch of ants on an anthill. But at the end of the week, you'll see it was purposeful.
So I think we're have to weld another piece here up in, but we can grind over it, kind of deal. Think of like a Zeus here, that way this will drop in, saddle down, then this piece can come in. And
would this still remain one piece?
Yeah.
And you thinking that's coming out, huh? Because with this going back at this angle, right?
Well, you can't go this way with it, you're gonna have to roll it up over the...
Oh, so this piece is gonna chin up.
Yeah.
Okay.
My name is Brad Hale. I've known Ron approximately 46 years from high school. So today we're making Ron's funny car style cage, which means adding more bars, more protection for him. After you get going a certain mile ET and mile an hour, you need to have more protection. So that's what we've been working on. Just cutting bars and fitting for that funny car cage and some other bars that are in the chassis that beef it up basically to make it more safe.
My name is Sam. My dad is Ron. I'm helping him with the car today. What I'm working on specifically right now is the corner joints. I'm working on some tubing for the welders to tack in to the corners of the roll cage to help increase the stability, just in case the car decides to flip.
And I'm probably going to break it. No, I'll probably break it 90. Because this piece is going to get I can break this piece, right? Mm-hmm. And then we can trim off, you know, anything here and here.
How are you going to mount it to the dash bar?
Just a tube like that one.
So a single tube?
Yes.
Will it wiggle around?
Inch and a quarter. I don't know. We'll find out.
Do we need to take the piece and put it in the press and make an oval out of it or something, or so it doesn't?
We could triangulate it.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Okay. Money back guaranteed. No, wait a minute, don't print that.
I'm Chase, I work with Ron. I've been working with him for almost 3 years now. And today all I was doing was measuring and notching in all the floor pieces. So all the X-bars and crossbars on the floor will hold the seat, will hold everything else that's gonna go and be ready for all the paneling.
In the front of the car, we got a primer pump for the fuel injection so that when you're going downhill, you can still hit the button and prime the pump to start the motor because it has a mechanical fuel pump. Trying to figure out what we're going to do with the gas tank. Cutting the bottom off so the rack will fit. We figured that out. We've got the pedals, courtesy of Chad Dailey. Those came out of Betty. So if you can look in here and see the pedals, we got half of it mounted and then the other half, we're making tabs for that right now. We got the Fuel Tech dash in there. I'm a Fuel Tech dealer now, so they were nice enough to tune me up with a dealership, and their parts are going to replace or take over the Motec stuff. Steering is kind of figured out. We got the funny car pretty much almost all the way in because it wasn't going to be SFI. The fastest I kind of ran with this car was 850, and it's going to go well beyond that. So no matter what, that would have needed to be done anyway. So we SFI'd this thing for advanced ET. In the back, Steve-O rocked and got the rear firewall piece probably maybe about 50% done. He's going to come back and finish it. This will stay in the car, even in other words, it won't be able to pull out of the car and in and out, but it's just going to stay as a protector and as a covering for the back, because all the monkey motion and all the stuff's going on in the back of the car. So just a rear firewall, there's only one way to do that with these cars. There's no room for packaging in a Volkswagen. In the back, basically we got your on-off switch here. We got that preliminary put on. This is gonna have a pull handle on the outside of the car. Joe welded up some holes in the cage and plugged some other passageways that they had that we weren't gonna use. We've got all the IRS pivots in. Maybe tomorrow we're gonna get the arms and start putting the shocks on the back of the car. We upgraded from a ladder bar to our IRS arms, they're box ones, so it can take big power. Chad was making an ignition plate that's gonna hold some of the ignition components on this side of the car, and my son Samuel was putting in gussets in the roof, and then Chase, that works with me all the time, he was putting all the floor diagonals in and making some of the tabs for it. So that's just a quick walk around, and stay tuned. Again, go hit that like button, subscribe, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. All roads lead to RLR. We're gonna do some cool stuff. Peace.
I've seen Ron, who is my son-in-law, race, and he's a hell of a driver.
Chad Dailey. I've known Ron Lummus since probably 1996 or 7. Went to work for him in January of 1999 after I graduated from college. I didn't really want to go do what I was paid a lot of money. My parents paid me a lot of money to go do, but wanted to go build race cars, long story short. So I went out to California, originally from Texas. I worked for Ron for about 6.5 years, and then it was some of the greatest times of my life. And anyways, he asked for some help, and I'm here to help. He asked me to come wire up some of the stuff on the car. Today we're just mounting different parts of the car, mounting the ECU dash for the FuelTech 700, mounting the primer pump, I'm making a panel right now that'll just have some relays and terminal strips on it and some lugs just to tidy some stuff up and run wires too, so it's not just a big old mess. But I'm basically here to wire the car, and hopefully by the end of this week we'll have this thing wired up, and that way when he gets done doing what he's doing to do, hopefully push the button, it'll fire right up. So
What's up? My name's Joe Lummus. My dad, Ron Lummus. I'm his son. Today we've really just been working on getting the chassis together, and I've been plugging some of the old holes from the car when it was right-hand drive, because obviously you can't have a hole in the chassis where the steering wheel used to be, so I've been cutting up pieces and welding them together, as well as just welding up the car, trying to make it look nice and pretty and make sure that the welds are strong.
All right, guys, we're done with day one. Each of the team members was kind of going around doing his specialty, and we did well. We just cleaned up for day one, and I guess stay tuned for day two. It's going to be awesome. As more and more pieces go together, you're going to start to see this thing come full circle and kind of a resurrection of my buddy Trent's car. And he sent me this deal, and I know I don't want to get a bunch of grief over this deal, but to be honest with you, I think I'm going to run this just because. I was thinking about maybe dyeing this more of a manly color, but I guess this was in fashion back in the early 2000s. But you know what? Just for the sake of my buddy Trent from Australia, I think we're going to run this deal. So, anyways, I'm kind of liking it. It's just small enough where I can get it done, and I can still see my FuelTech dash and see through the windshield and know where I'm going. So, as for now, hey, we're going to punch out for today, but then we'll see you back again tomorrow. Hey, stay tuned.
Okay, how are we going? Everyone who knows me will know that this is probably not my thing. I'm usually in the background and like to show nice shiny parts rather than myself. Anyway, I just got a call from Ron, and he sent me a few pictures through, and they've really inspired me, and actually brought a tear to my eye to see what was my first car. Travel along a journey and end up back at Ron Lummus Racing. If I think back, it was probably in the early 90s that Ron would have been running Pro Turbo at the time, and fortunately for me, Ron took me under his wing, and the journey started, and we built the first turbo motor for a street car. I think it made like 300 horsepower at the wheels at the time, and I had a ball with that, and then eventually I ended up buying a flat pack tube chassis from him, and we built the car with a lot of friends and a lot of limited knowledge at the time, but Ron was always there. He was always there to answer my questions. He was always there to help out. It's probably, being a business owner now and being in the industry, I was probably the most annoying customer he bloody ever had. But he stood by me, and he was always there. So it was a long journey. I think a lot of people knew me from building that car, and I got into the industry from that car. Made a lot of friends that I've still got today from that car. A lot of people know me from that car. But it came time for me to move that on, and I was just mentioned to Ron that I was going to sell it, and we made an agreement that the car needed to stay in the family. So that's where it is now, and can't be happier. My dream was always to either have Ron race the car in Australia or send the car over to the US. But yeah, now it's in his shop, and a whole bunch of his crew are getting it together, making the appropriate changes to get it back out there to be competitive in the sport again today. And the car's been over there for probably over 12 months now, and just to see everyone get stuck into it, and just a few of the people that used to work at RLR when I used to answer the phone when I used to ring and annoy them, you know who that is, Chad. So it was a long journey. It was a big part of my life. It was hard to sell it, but I cried when it got packed into the container and I saw it for the last time. But I knew that one day I'd get to see the car go down the track, and that probably wasn't going to happen when it was in my hand still.
Brackets on, but I wanted to spend a few seconds for the folks who were wondering why we did this car the way we did this car. Look, my buddy Trent from Australia is the owner of this car. I sent everything down to him in the early 2000s. COVID happened, he lost his 3 restaurants. This story is somewhat accurate. He can do the fact checking for me, but the bottom line is this car got to make 1 burnout and 1 attempted pass, and it never went farther than that. And it sat up on his mezzanine, and he was just bummed out. He wanted to see the car run. He calls me one day, he says, Ronnie, calls me Ronnie. I said, yeah, what's up, Trent? He goes, hey mate, I want you to have my car. And I'm like, Trent, what do you mean? You want me to have your car? Yeah, I want you to have my car. So long story short is, him and I worked out a deal. Yes, it was a pretty good deal, but I got the car up here. And the deal is to try to keep as much of the old car as I can, because that was his car. And I wasn't ready for this. I didn't want to jump back in and do this thing, or else I would have built the car from scratch. But look, time is short, and I want to get this car on the track. So rebuilding was better than starting from scratch. And it's his car, and I want to do him proud. So, but the car was only made to go from 990 to 850. Well, it's going to go a tad bit faster than that. So I had to SFI upgrade the car. So between my NHRA guys telling me what I needed to do and upgrade, so we did a full SFI upgrade on the floor, on the funny car cage. The suspension was the old ladder bar suspension with a swing axle. I had to upgrade that. Mario did the motor, he upgraded that. Foltz did the transmission, he upgraded the faceplates. It had Motec on it. It's all fine and good, but I don't want to be the only guy at the track with Motec, so I upgraded to Fuel Tech. So as you can see, it's evolving, and I want to do it right. I got one shot at this to get out there and have some fun and mix it up. Part of the thing we're going to do is upgrading to my rear suspension, which is right here, which some of you have seen. This is my IRS boxed trailing arms, and yeah, okay, they're big, they're kind of heavy, but to be honest with you, keeping the suspension flat and the wheel travel connected to the car is the only way to really do it, in my opinion. There's other people that do other things, other suspensions, but this is my idea of how we need to get it done, and there's quite a few guys out there running this setup currently. Anyways, power's not the problem. It's getting the power down to the ground. A lot of people can make power today, but trying to make it talk to the car and get the car hooked up and get it down the track, that's what all the data is for. That's what all the technology is for. Basically, that's what we're going to do. We're going to get all the hardware done while everybody's here, and then all the wiring can be pre-terminated, and then shortly thereafter, after everybody splits, I can go back and start connecting the dots and putting everything together. The long block's done, the trans is done, the wiring will be done, the chassis will be fully upgraded. I have other things to do, but sometime in July I'm looking about getting this thing to the racetrack and getting it tested. And then hopefully I can make it to Texas in middle September for Texas versus the World. Anyways, that was a mouthful, longer than I expected, but you know what? Now's the time, and we're gonna have fun, and we're gonna make this happen. So stay tuned, like us. You go to Facebook, Instagram, our YouTube channel, and just hit us up. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and then we'll keep these videos coming. Hopefully keep you entertained. If you have questions, put them in the comment section, and we'll try to get you dialed. The answer to the question today, why did I do it the way that I did it? I hope that answered the question for most of you guys. Yeah, I could have built a car from scratch, sure. I've done it before, but not with the time that I had and not with the resources that I had. And we really needed to do this for my friend Trent, and it's kind of a group effort. Anyways, yeah, peace.
Working up kind of the pre-wire, what I can do off the car of the panel we mounted yesterday. This panel has the relay holders for various functions. You got ignition switch, which controls a lot of power to different places, injectors, coils, dual power relay, that's a Fuel Tech product that drives the charge valve or E-gate that TurboSmart makes. And we got an intercooler and then a spare just in case I forget anything. I got some lugs here for battery power from the master cutoff. Battery ground straight to the battery. We got chassis grounds and just kind of another little terminator stud and some terminal blocks. And trying to do as much on this as I can, get it before we put it on the car. Just makes life a little easier, so I'm not climbing in and out of the car. So, kind of where we're at right now.
Well, my name's Rick Dailey. I'm Chad's dad. I'm here just to kind of help keep things organized, and we got all the fabrication work done yesterday on the chassis, so now it's a matter of running the wires, what to plug in after we get out of here. We came up from Texas, so we're only here for the week, and then we'll be leaving on Saturday.
Yo baby, yo baby, yo. Hey guys, our coilover shocks arrived. We have good news and bad news. The good news is they're the Ultra Pro shocks that Strange is now making. We wanted to give those a try, so we asked Dimitri over there if he thought our car would benefit. They have 24 adjustments, compression, and 24 rebound with the valving we really like. And they're actually an air-charged shock, which sounds kind of backwards to what we're doing, but he promised me that the control that I would have would be great. However, when I opened up the box and I ordered the springs, which these are 650s, it looks like they'll fit, but the problem is you can't get the retainer on and off. So I've actually got to order 6-inch long springs to go on here. You can see, so make them fit. So anyways, hopefully those will show up before the end of the week. I'd like to get this on the wheels to show everybody what it looks like when it's rolling. Not that it will be done, but it will be rolling so you can kind of get perspective. So that's what we're shooting for. Anyways, Strange Ultra Pro shocks. We're going to try these out on our car, and if they work good, which I think they will, the application will be really translatable to all you guys out there. So anyways, Strange Engineering, we missed it by a little bit, but we're going to hit it out of the park once we get the 6-inch springs. So peace.
I was making a couple of what I would call setup bars for the shock. Basically a mock-up bar that represents the mounting points, you know, center to center mounting points. That way we can put those back on the shelf, keep them nice. So just setting up some of the bars, and Ron's going to start making the shock mounts here pretty soon.
All right, day 2, folks, was not like day 1 because in doing stuff like this, you have obstacles, things that you need to get around, go around, and y'all know what I'm talking about when stuff doesn't exactly go like your plans. Better laid plans of mice and men, right? Either way, it did turn out on the upside. We are mounting the shocks. So again, I think we're closer to our goal. By the end of the week, we should be able to have this thing on some wheels so we can get a look at it, and then maybe do a closeout on episode 1, if that's the way we're going to do it, and then maybe focus on episode 2. We'll see. That's up to the editor, guys. I just had to put my hat on. I know that I told him I had to put my hat on, but it's like, you know, when we're doing this thing, I got to have my hat on so I can not have a bad hair day. So anyways, you guys be good. Peace.
I guess the next thing for me is I just want to say thanks to Ron. He didn't need this car. He didn't need to buy this car. He didn't need to do what he's doing. but there's a reason. And the reason is, I think it was seriously through me sharing my story with him, and me sharing my passion, and sharing a little bit back of what he gave me. I'm now running a successful business in the motor industry, not in air-cooled, but it's still in Volkswagens and Audis and Euros, and I'm grateful for that. So I hope that this inspires others to, you know, have a think about some of the decisions that they make. You know, seeing Ron and that whole crew together, seeing them out there doing what they're doing. It's not about racing the car at the moment for me. That's going to come. It's about seeing the passion and the enjoyment that this group of people, you know, have this common hobby, common knowledge, and this friendship and this relationship building that's made them all stick together and help each other out. And, you know, that's what the community is about. Racing will come, and I'm excited for that. I'll definitely head over when the car starts to race, and it's at a time when they're happy for me to join. I'll come across and I'll get to see my car run down the track and do what it was meant to do, and my dream to see Ron drive it. So thanks again, Ron. I can't thank you enough. Everyone that's jumped on board to help him, you know who you are. You're doing a great job. I can't believe how quickly the car's been turned around, and I'm looking forward to the journey. This is just the beginning. Thanks again, guys.
Making a new top bar for the transmission to clear coming in and out of the car. We were trying to put it in this morning, and there was just a slight clearance issue, so I had to make what I call my conventional bar. These probably weren't made back in the day when this car was made, and I revised, you know, a bunch of times. And so this is going to end up being I call it the TP bar. It's like this and down. It clears the starter on the Mendiola, so you can get the trans in and out of the chassis. The folks that have Mendies will know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a barely fit thing, so we were off by that much, but an inch is a mile in this deal, so.
We'll get them to put the struts on the car.
Yeah, we got to disassemble all this. Yep, brackets and everything, and then we need to pull the tire off.
Yeah, well, we can do that until we get this out of the way.
You can't?
No.
Once you get,
now you can.
Once you get, this slides off.
Yeah, it's just real. Everything is rusty.
Does it slide?
Yeah, it's just real rusty.
We're at day 3, making a small, simple little kind of a mock-up switch panel. It's not the actual switch panel for the car. Switches are actually in the body that's upstairs in storage. So instead of me running up and down the stairs 500 times, I just made a little mock-up panel, starter button, ignition switch, boost controller, and a little primer button for the fuel pump primer. I'll wire everything to here, wire it to the car. That way, when they're ready to throw the body on, they just undo the switches from this panel, put it in the real location, and it's good to go.
Did it go in the way it was supposed to?
I didn't have to use a hammer.
That's all that matters.
That we can get the transmission out is going to be what's the matter. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're going to figure out next.
I'm making some transmission mounts. A little. It's not over here, but it's just a little piece so we can put a bolt through so it can stay attached to the car, I guess.
Anyway, so day 3 here, we're gonna get the rack and pinion putting this car. It had a little rack and pinion I used to use back in the day, but after all these years and the cars are going faster, I needed a ratio a little higher and for the steering to be like handled. So Strange tuned me up. They did me really good on the shocks and on the rack and pinion. It's like a 20-to-1 rack. We'll kind of show some pictures of that. We actually are going to be putting the transmission in the car, the real transmission, not the dummy, because we have to connect the shift rods, and the selectors are all on the MSE nose cone for that. So we're going to do that, and I got to put a shifter together and get the shifter in here so I can reach it. Chad's been really good about getting all the Fuel Tech stuff in exactly where I need it. The nice steering wheel that I told you I was going to keep. I don't know, I talked to Trent last night. There's going to be some testimony from him, but yeah, I'm going to keep it just for his sake. And it's actually kind of cool. I can drive with handcuffs on. It's so small. Anyways, that's another episode of Cops. Shifter, nose cone, shift rods, rack and pinion, tie rods, dummy motor in with the header and the placement for the turbocharger, and just a few other things. It's coming together real nice. Thanks for sticking around with us, and hope to see more. Peace.
Earlier today, we got the transaxle in, motor plate refitted. The motor plate wasn't fitting right on the front. Had to do some adjustments there. I think Joe got tabs built here. We had to end up moving the top hoop bar because we couldn't get the Mendiol out. Got that done. Put these braces in for the shock towers. We ran out of material on the other side. We got that all done. And then we ended up doing the strut assemblies and starting to set the toe and all that stuff on that so it doesn't get all wonky going down the track. So that's about all I did today.
What's up, Barry? Come here, buddy. You angling for food, or you just trying to give me 11? Which is it? Yeah? I said the word F-O-O-D. Uh-oh. Are you hungry? Yeah? All right. This is our rack and pinion. We got it from Strange, like I was speaking about earlier. 20-to-1 is the ratio that we're looking for. With a Strange stretch, Strange rack, and the steering meant to go, let's just say up to 200. I mean, that's where we're shooting to keep this thing safe no matter what happens. I'm not saying 200, I'm just saying you don't want to build it for 192 and then go 200 and go, oh, I missed that 8 miles an hour. Anyway, so I've got to make a mount. So this is basically, they make these mounts. Chad explained it to me, I didn't even know. These are to retrofit a Mustang 2 rack and pinion. So these are 7/16 bolts coarse thread, and these are 3/8 bolts coarse thread, and they're different centers. So I actually have to make a template to mount it to my Volkswagen e-chassis because they don't make mounts. Someone probably does if I would have looked, but I didn't.
So today, with the car, I was busy notching some more tubing and then helping to tack them into place on the frame. Just a lot more reinforcement of the roll cage, making sure that it's safe for the driver. I was also doing some other maintenance stuff around the shop. I was collapsing boxes and making sure everything's tidy and cleaned up because with all the people here, it's getting pretty busy and it can get pretty messy pretty fast. So keeping up with all the metal changes and stuff like that's a pretty important job.
So we're midway through day 3, I guess, and making some good progress. A lot of little things are getting done. Got the Strange struts mocked up to double check some angles, caster and camber, and make sure the things are good there. Working on getting the rack mounted. Ron's been working on that a little bit. I've been working on my little fake switch panel. I explained earlier, it's just a little bit of a mock-up deal just because the body's not on the car right now. So got that kind of going, got the switch wires starting to head back towards the panel we made for the relays and stuff. Ron and Matt and I think Samuel were working on getting the tubes kind of guzzeted with the upper shock mounts. On the shock, we got the race training in there. Starting to get some shift rods hooked up. Trying to locate the shifter for Ron's MSE shifter. So we got the old shift rods in there just to kind of locate where we think it can go, and then they're going to start making parts and pieces fit from there. Making good progress midday. So hopefully by the end of the day we get some of these items tidied up, and we'll go from there.
Hey guys, we're at the end of day 3. Yeah, so I did that this morning. I counted, yeah, it was 3. So we're at the end of day 3. Wow, it's flown by. Had a lot of talent in here, a lot of cool guys doing a lot of awesome work on Raptor. And I want to just walk you around real quick and just give you just a quick roundup of what we got done. It's pretty awesome. So basically we got the front rack kind of preliminary in there with the geometry set, and we're going to check all the bumps here tomorrow and make sure that everything's cherry on that. We don't want any surprises. We got the dash panel in, which is actually simulated by the actual dash in the car. So I'll actually from the seat be able to reach the switches that are going to be actually on the dash, which I am going to leave alone. I'm going to leave it a right-hand dash just for conversation's sake. So yeah, Chad's finishing up on some of the wiring stuff, putting all the pigtails in. We got the shocks, they're Ultra Shocks mounted yesterday, and we finished up on some of the brackets and tabs. We got the trans in, we got the shift rods in, and we're going to be mounting the shifter tomorrow, so we can get that all one and done. We got the mock-up dummy motor in there, so we can put the header on and the collector and everything to the mount that's in the car. So it's really taking shape. Steve and Chad have both agreed to probably come back and sew this thing up maybe in about a month. So we'll see. We're going to just continue jobbing out on it, and we're going to have another couple days worth of filming here. So stay tuned. Yeah, like us, hit that like button. Just hit it 6 times if you want. Tell your friends, because this has drawn a lot of attention from a lot of people, and they really kind of want to go on the journey with this deal. And it's not for us or for even the guys working on it, even though we're all collectively part of it, but it's so that we can get people excited about their cars, about going out and having some fun. And just, again, I've said it a bunch of times, turn off the news and just go out and take your bug for a ride, work on your bug, find a neighborhood kid. If you don't have a son or a daughter to work on your car, just find something to do that involves these cars, because they're just too cool to let sit. They really just are. Anyways, fun to drive. We're going to keep doing it. We'll be back again tomorrow. Peace. Hey guys, day 4. Yep, 4. We got one more left. So day 4, and we made really good progress yesterday. It started slow, kind of ramped up, and finished very well. So getting things mounted to the car, like the rack and pinion is mounted. We checked the toe and the camber and caster and all the stuff yesterday, and it's pretty close. It's acceptable, but before we measured twice and cut once, like with tack welding stuff in, I think I mentioned that earlier, about not welding something in or committing to it till you're sure that you're sure. So we'll do that. But so the rack and the steering stuff in the front of the car and some of that's done. We were just putting together a shifter and getting that mounted down on the floor so that it gets all the gears, and I'm comfortable with the natural motion of your hand, and I'll explain probably more of that after we get it in the car. Yesterday we got a bunch of stuff mocked up in the back of the car. We got our mock-up motor, our header, which we're leaving in the car from Trent. Everything was fine on that regard, so I didn't have to start over again. The IRS arms, the rear suspension, Chad's going through the wiring and getting that done. My son is Josiah, he's making the brackets for the coils, and everything's coming along. Getting a little closer to our goal, and looking forward to just finishing up strong today.
Honestly, let him. Do you? This thing needs a little bit of work. Your mount that you cut.
Is it?
Update on my side, just kind of starting the actual wiring on the car process. Yesterday we got the mock-up switch panel in and had it run to the panel, got it wrapped up. Now I'm running the actual fuel tech stuff. There's a bunch of wires in this car, so it's just starting with some of the basics. Basically starting with the very back of the car, the farthest point. That way I can start trimming wires and not have to be tripping over an extra 20 feet of wire. So that's where I'm at today, just working on more wiring. Wire.
Making a bracket for the ignition coils. We got to put them on the car, and got to have a way to mount them. So I'm gonna drill these out. Looks about a 1/4 inch, and then we're gonna put it on. So that's how it's going. So got these fitted up, as you can see right here. They fit pretty nicely, and then on the back here we have to find a solution to this hole because it pretty much mounts onto the chassis there. There's just enough clearance for this one right here, as you can see through. So we're gonna have to figure out something for this, but this is how those coils are gonna end up sitting on the car.
Tilt your bracket out a little bit. Just open it up. Ready? Yep.
Okay. All right, Ronnie, how do you think where we ended up today?
I think good. So as far as I can see, we've got the rack pretty much almost all the way mounted. We've got the shifter. That was an adventure and a half. That's in. Pedals are in. Other than cables and even shift rods, we've actually shifted it between the gears. It's dry as a bone. Thank you, Dave Volts. And looks like your wiring is pretty much on the way. You probably have a full day's worth of wiring tomorrow. Looks like maybe we need to start thinking about fitting the intercooler and the water tank and figuring out maybe where the dry sump tank's going to go. What do you think?
Sounds good. For wiring wise, intercooler, all I need is rough idea where the pump is, because the intercooler tank has the pump in the tank. So
okay,
just ballpark for that, and a couple of small trinket stuff for the electrical stuff around the EGT box, the EGT can box.
All right. But you got all the coils mounted.
Got the coils mounted. We got pretty good amount of wire. Got the crank trigger wires wired, cam trigger wires wired, fuel injector wires are on their way to being done.
Cool.
So, making good progress on the wiring side.
Right on.
Long and tedious.
Awesome. Well, looks like, guys, we're doing pretty good as far as our goal for this week. And the goal was to get everything done so he could do his job, because once he splits, he doesn't want to come back to a rat's nest of wires where he doesn't, we move something or put something in another location. Adding on to a real nice wiring, not a good idea. So we want to make sure we're one and done on locating everything and just get that all done in the car. And then I can do window nets and, all the seatbelt stuffs and all those other things and get all of the other little stuff done, which would be plenty enough. Trust me, there's a lot of nuts and bolts on this car. But we're at day what? Day 4. Yeah, nice day 4. We got one more day left to sew up and finish up this deal. And hopefully by tomorrow afternoon we can finish up enough. We can get the body on and the wheels on just as a roller for a sneak peek, so kind of get an idea of the vision of what it's going to look like. And then we'll be ready for, I don't know if we're going to call it part 2 or episode 6. I guess that's TBD, right? Anyways, cool. Hey, thanks for the journey. Stay with us, guys. See you tomorrow. Hey everybody, ready for day 5. We've been at this for 5 days and here we are. This morning what I'm working on is trying to get it ready so we can get this baby on the wheels. One of the things that we've used now is the micro stubs. These are what they call micro stub bearings for our IRS arms, and this is the way they come. They're using these often in the off-road. They have an adapter that goes on here that puts it into a wide 5 arrangement for a big paddle wheel, for like a twin turbo LS sand rail. These are modern front wheel drive stub axle bearings, but what we decided to do is to go to a 33 spline for 934 stubs so that it can handle the power. And so they come like this. These are like 14 by 1.5 thread studs, you can see. They're actually really short, and NHRA wants us to have a 3-inch long stud so that we can actually put these through. They are thinner in diameter, but it doesn't take more than a 1/2-inch stud to get it done. Some people like running the big stuff. I think we can get it done with these. It's not really that big of a deal. Anyway, so this is what it looks like when it comes to me. And then this is what it looks like when I've pushed in the new studs. So that way the lug nuts, the wheel and the lug nuts can actually go on there, and I'll show that maybe a little later when we get it on the ground. But yeah, I'm just pressing these in right now, so if you want to kind of just watch how we do this deal, it's actually pretty simple. You just need a little fixture. And that's it. As you can see, it's just a knurl that goes in the hole, and you punch those out, and then you punch the new ones in, and it's pretty straight up.
Now I'm kind of building a back harness that has all the sensor inputs, everything from oil pressure, fuel pressure, turbo back pressure, wastegate pressure, also some speed inputs, turbo RPM, input shaft RPM, right rear wheel RPM, also the air fuel O2 harness. So just kind of making sure, dotting my T's, crossing my I's, so to speak, and make sure everything I have written down is matching up with what I have in the computer for the actual programming, and just making sure everything's correct before I start slinging wire. So.
Wrapping up day 5. What I've been working on, lots of like mounts, plugging holes and whatnot, just a lot of fabricating for me personally.
So this week started with the X-bars on the floor on the first day, and then I've been making brackets and fitting other things together and just being extra hands for everybody else.
So we're working on the last day of our week. We started in here on Sunday, started working on Monday, and basically what I've been doing is just kind of helping out wherever I can. Ron and I have kind of worked together off and on. I bought the first Pro Stock chassis we ran back in '96, so we've been working with Ron quite a while. And mostly what I've been doing is just sort of keeping a separate set of eyes on the things that they're doing setup wise and trying to help out where I can.
I'm coming in from the side. You want to try to do
I've been looking forward to this week for a long time. Watching this car sit under a tarp over there, and then it was sitting over there, and it was just kind of lurking in the background, knowing that someday we were going to be able to blow it all apart, redo it all, and turn it into what it is now.
After we go like that, we can spin it and
Being a part of this build with my dad, pretty special, because I know that making that race car and doing all the things to get it complete, I know it means a lot to him that I'm helping to work on it, and utilizing the skills that I've learned along the way, I know means a lot to him.
A lot of people came through just helping out, and then now finally day 5, and it's been pretty sweet getting to work with my dad. And, I'm looking forward to what's going on in the future with it, and yeah, I'm pretty excited.
kind of wrapping up day 5, and it's been a long week. It's been a productive week. Started off, I mean, it's been almost a day just walking around the car figuring out a game plan, and got on it after that. Started making that panel that had the relays and terminal strips and stuff like that. Got that mounted. Got the little dummy switch panel mounted. We got the actual FT700 Fuel Tech ECU and dash mounted. And then it's just connecting the dots, and it's a long and tedious process. A lot of wires going to the back, a lot of wires going to the front, and made good progress. And obviously helping out with other parts of the car too. You know, getting the rack mounted and rear suspension mounted and shifter, and we're starting to kind of make a game plan on intercooler and the water tank and just all the stuff that makes these cars go fast. So it's been a blessing to come back out here, work for Ron, work for him for 6.5 years, and it's been pretty awesome coming back. So
we got all that we wanted to get done. Maybe save a few little things. Things pop up, creep up. But I tell you what, having all my friends here and my two sons, Sam and Joe here, and all my other friends here to just be part of this is just it's beyond words. Some of the testimony you've seen by Trent, the owner of this car, before it was back into my hands. It's an emotional thing, and it really won't sink in for a little while. But I'm very blessed, I'm very thankful, very grateful, and it's pretty cool. To see it on the wheels was really much needed today for all the labor this week. Of course, it has to get blown back apart. We already knew that, but it gets inspiring when you start to see it come together and take shape, and it gives you some pretty cool energy for the next round. So thanks for tuning in. Like us on Facebook, Instagram. I was going to say Twitter, but X that out. All right, thanks everybody for tuning in with the Rapture build, and we've got 5 episodes down and we're good to go. So to all my friends and everybody who's been watching this deal, just watching the build and seeing how it's going along, it's been awesome for us to see it come together. Yeah, it's a ton of work and had a lot of folks coming in. My sons were here, my friends, even now my videographer friends that were here, just sharing in this experience. These cars bring people together. This one is meant to bring people together. We called it Rapture. It's a very special name. You don't want to miss it. If those who know. And I'm just blessed and grateful. And just stay tuned. We've got more coming, and just keep your eye out.